love, why love it? You
He was once the heartbeat of millions, but now no one hears his voice anymore. Barry Gibb, the last living legend of the Bee Gees, is slowly fading into silence. The man who once made the world dance to every beat now spends his days in quiet isolation. Living in a seaside mansion in Miami, far from the noise of fame, Barry rarely leaves home. At nearly 80, he's not gravely ill, but he lives with something far more haunting: emotional withdrawal. He avoids crowds, limits outings, and has barely been seen in public since his Kennedy Center honors in 2023. Though surrounded by family, Barry keeps his distance. As he once admitted, "Family is all I have left. But I can't show it like normal people do." Even the smallest things frighten him now: boiling water, driving at night, even turning on a gas stove. These fears go back to a traumatic childhood accident when, at just 2 years old, he spilled boiling water on himself, leaving him hospitalized for years and unable to speak afterward. That silence, born from pain, shaped the rest of his life. He once said,
Andy's
"I
death.
stopped believing anyone was listening." That same fear of losing control, of sudden loss, never left him. Everything around Barry is carefully managed. His mansion is built like a fortress, and the only person who still reaches him is his wife, Linda. Even she admits he doesn't talk much anymore. For a man who once expressed every emotion through music, his silence is a tragic surrender. Barry's childhood isolation left him scarred in more ways than one. Separated from his mother and siblings when the family moved to Manchester, he felt abandoned. Those early wounds carved into him a lifelong fear of attachment. The belief that every relationship eventually breaks. That feeling poured into his music. Songs like "Run to Me" and "I Started a Joke" are not just about love, but about the loneliness of existing on the outside. As a young man, Barry tried to control everything around him, from song arrangements to stage positions, not out of ambition, but fear. He was terrified that if he didn't hold everything together, he'd lose it all, just like his childhood. But even with all that fear, Barry created something extraordinary. Alongside his brothers, Robin and Maurice, he formed the Bee Gees, and together they defined an era. In the mid-70s, their Saturday Night Fever soundtrack changed music forever. With "Stayin' Alive," "Night Fever," and "How Deep Is Your Love" becoming global anthems, Barry's falsetto became the sound of a generation. But fame's price came fast. When the "Disco Sucks" movement hit America in 1979, the Bee Gees were suddenly hated. Their records were burned, their music banned. Barry was devastated. From the top of the world, he was thrown into the abyss. You get kicked around, then one day people love you again, then kick you again, he said. That cycle broke something inside him. In private, Barry began closing himself off. He focused entirely on his wife, Linda, the one person who grounded him. While others in the industry fell to temptation, she stood firm by him. But even her love couldn't protect him from the heartbreak that would come next. Over the years, Barry watched each of his brothers die, one by one. Andy Gibb, the youngest, died at 30 from heart failure after years of addiction. Maurice died unexpectedly in 2003 during surgery, and Robin, Barry's closest musical partner, lost his battle with cancer in 2012. 3 brothers, 3 funerals, and Barry left alone. "I lost 3 brothers without being their friend," he admitted. That guilt consumed him. For years, he stopped making music, living in near darkness. Only Linda's voice pulled him back, telling him, "Get up, make music again. I won't let you live like this." Barry returned with "In the Now," not as a comeback, but as a farewell. Every song a quiet goodbye to his brothers. "I'm the last survivor," he said, "but no one told me how to live as the last one." Though honored with knighthood in 2018 and celebrated at the Kennedy Center in 2023, Barry said he felt nothing. Everything came too late. No award can make you fully happy after losing everyone you love. Even when younger artists praised him, Dolly Parton calling him the heart of a generation, Barry remained humble, distant. He refused to watch the Bee Gees documentary, saying, "I don't want to see my brothers vivid," but no longer here. Today, Barry Gibb lives quietly, watching cartoons with his grandchildren, planting trees or walking at dusk when no one can see. He no longer makes plans for the future. "I just hope I wake up tomorrow," he once said. For a man who once wrote the soundtrack of the world, that's both heartbreaking and profoundly human. His voice may have faded from the stage, but his songs, words, "To love somebody, how deep is your love," still echo everywhere. They remind us of love, loss, and resilience. The story of a man who gave the world his voice, only to fall silent when the applause was gone.